Now, here's a question that a lot of people have been asking. Well, people that are interested in Disney animation, that is. What's the story behind Pixar's rise and its real-time collapse in 3D? How's that happening right now? It's clear to anybody that's observing the studio that it's lost its magic, much like the rest of the Disney brands in recent years. And I mean, really, it's not alone. Gone are the days when Pixar would deliver the awe-inspiring storytelling it was once renowned for nearly each and every outing. It's completely gone. Are we witnessing the end of an era? It's dismal Disney time! The fall of Pixar. Hey, Grant, do you think it's really dead?
Dead, Jim.
Here we go. So, Pixar, a name synonymous with groundbreaking animation and heartwarming storytelling, is facing a critical moment in its illustrious history. The journey began all the way back in 1995.
1995, remember?
With the release of Toy Story, the world's first full-length computer animated film. From that point forward, Pixar seemed invincible. They were regularly churning out a string of innovative and commercially successful movies that captivated audiences around the world. A global sensation, a phenomenon. However, recent developments have cast doubt on the future of the studio entirely. Despite its unparalleled track record, Pixar has experienced a series of setbacks in recent years.
Little setback, huh?
Yeah, setbacks. That's what we're calling it. Films like Onward and Lightyear failed to make significant impact at the box office, with the latter particularly affected by COVID-19 pandemic. But even the critically acclaimed projects like Soul and Luca were released directly to Disney Plus without any additional charge, and potentially diluting their exclusivity and allure, devaluing the Pixar brand. The release of Elemental is Pixar's 26th film. It's likely to be a definitive make or break moment for the studio, and the box office returns look like it's broken completely. With a hefty budget at well over $200 million, this film's projected opening weekend figures were far from promising. Then, when the film had their preview numbers pop on May, it was a disappointing $2.4 million domestic. The flop was on, but was it really unexpected? What's actually shocking is when you wake up this morning and you're watching this video right now, it's really, really bad. Domestically, this weekend was $29.5 million. And abroad, this film is performing terribly. The global reported numbers for the weekend through Sunday, a flop-tastic $44.5 million. That's it. So it seems that capitulating to the messaging rather than to storytelling has created more challenges for Pixar at a time when speculation about its future is starting to mount. There are poignant and alarming questions about whether Pixar can regain its creative spark. Yes, maybe, unlikely. Insights from industry insiders, say that 3 times twice, insights from industry insiders are shedding light on the evolving cultural decline within Pixar, because it is kind of rotting from within. The obvious beginning of that decline was when the soul of its very success, John Lasseter, was cast aside for hugging people for too long. Some suggest that increased oversight and interference from Disney, particularly following the disappointment of Lightyear, have affected the studio's autonomy. Well, no kidding. That was a colossal flop. Some are even indicating that there's interference from other areas of the company. And think about merchandise and things like that. Deep cuts in staffing just occurred, including some sacred cows that were culled in a recent round of layoffs that were company-wide, not really hitting entertainment as hard as some people would have liked to have seen. And morale around Pixar at the moment is bad. How bad? It's like joy and sadness from Inside Out have turned into confusion and disappointment. Bam! Dad joke.
Bad joke. Bad joke.
Of course, the scrutiny of budgets has become more stringent at all of the Disney nameplates of late. This has been leading to the departure of several long-standing creative figures from every area. And again, I mentioned the layoffs, a rarity at Pixar, have also occurred, and those sacred cows I mentioned were significant names, seemingly some of the very early talent at Pixar, people that were there from the very beginning. A lot of people suggest that those particular job cuts are to adapt to a changing market and the dynamics that surround it, and the fact that Universal down the street is kicking their butt. But what it really does is it further exposes the lack of merit and experience of those that have been left behind, and they're clearly not prepared to lead this great brand forward, or I guess I should say this once great brand, and that's a shame. Pete Docter, the director behind beloved Pixar films like Inside Out, now faces immense pressure to revitalize this studio, a job based on his recent performance that he is clearly not up to. However, the current box office landscape poses significant challenges to everyone, not just Pixar. Demand for original animated features is evolving, to put it kindly. Pixar may be compelled to share resources with Disney Animation outright, a reality that its former leaders in Lasseter and Catmull would have fiercely resisted and put their foot down, for lack of a better way to say things. And even during the period where Lasseter was riding herd at both Pixar and Walt Disney Studio Animation, there is no way that he would have let the abominations of Lightyear, Strange World, Turning Red, and Luca out into the world without serious reworks and proper promotion. This points to another criticism at the lack of leadership of Pete Docter and the others that are, well, supposed to be moving things forward, to a lot of failure at Pixar. Exploring the factors contributing to Pixar's uncertain future and analyzing the potential paths forward haven't yielded any fruits on this one. Instead, we in the audience and the leadership at Disney have to look back at the legacy that was left by Lasseter and Catmull, who fostered a culture of innovation and risk-taking. Doing so more than brings into question whether the current leadership can recover that spirit. Oh, also, there was extraordinary storytelling going on there as well. At the moment, based on the box office of the last few films, the verdict is in. They can't do it. No evidence to date would suggest that it will or can change. The family storytelling brands controlled by Disney, and that's basically all of their brands, to be fair, yeah, they're entirely lost. They've abandoned the family. They are a neo-Marxist narrative peddler, a propaganda machine, and Pixar may be the most aimless and purposeless of them all. That's a bit depressing. I guess at this point, it is possible that Pixar could become Disney's direct-to-streaming animation studio, and that's how far their star has fallen. Observers are calling it a financial anchor. Is it a dead brand? Mostly. Could it recover? Not without embracing family storytelling again. And yet, Disney is no longer a family brand. So that leads me with one final question. Is recovery responsible now under current leadership, when you weigh it against all the financial pressures that Disney is dealing with at the moment? My answer to that is no. But hey, what do you think? Please feel free to utilize the comment section down below and let me know, because I think there's a conversation to be had here about whether or not it's worth trying to save Pixar. Based on just how corrupted it is, I'm gonna say no. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you have, you stayed all the way to the end, and you are not subscribed to the channel, please allow me to earn your subscription with this one. There's 40% of you out there that are watching the videos that aren't subscribed, so if you could, join. That way you don't miss anything. Also hit the like button, because it helps and it gets it out elsewhere, and I really do appreciate it. And with that, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. Till next time, bye.